one of the scarier quotes from Mark Shapiro, who is the president, I think, of TKO. He's not the CEO. He's basically second in command, whatever he is. Here's the quote. And yet, they're open to new ideas. He's talking about Triple H, Nick Khan, WWE higher-ups. They never seem exhausted. They're ready to take on a new shot, a new risk, a new opportunity. Hey, Nick, let's talk about launching a new event. Right now, a lot of our PLEs, pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them, were created by Vince McMahon. We need to get in the business of taking that torch and moving past that. And Nick Khan and Triple H created WrestlePalooza, which is the launch event for our new ESPN deal, which did incredibly well and may turn into a super franchise. Not to mention, from a merch standpoint, I don't need to tell you, securing the IP rights and then selling merch to WrestlePalooza at WrestlePalooza, let's just say it was a real winner. There's two things there. Let's get to the WrestlePalooza thing first. One, they didn't invent WrestlePalooza. ECW had WrestlePalooza events, and WrestlePalooza was a name stolen from Married with Children, the sitcom, where they had a thing with King Kong Bundy and Bud Bundy. Two, it sounds like Mark Shapiro wants to get away from everything Vince McMahon ever created or was around for when said intellectual property was created. Now, this is worrying me to the point thinking, are they going to try and start changing names or getting rid of well-established pay-per-view names just because it was associated with Vince?
I hope not, because the big four or the big five or whatever they got, the pay-per-views, are the, what do they call them now?
PLEs.
PLEs. You can't get rid of WrestleMania. I mean, just naming it something, people would be, I think, be teed off about that. Even though Vince did create it, or it was created under his watch. And what's another big, SummerSlam? You can't get rid of that one. What's the one in the fall?
Survivor Series, Raw, SmackDown.
Right. And they can't do
Saturday night's main event.
Listen, yeah, you can do some new stuff, but your big, well-established names and titles for these events, keep it, because it has history. And all you're doing is, and I can see where you might not want to keep every one, but you got to keep the main ones, I would think. And what is he thinking? He's just trying to, what is this Shapiro guy trying to do?
Well, that's what I'm trying to. Are they trying to get? Why are they trying to distance themselves from Vince McMahon era? And keep in mind that stretches over 40 years. Creations. What's the end game there? Is it truly because they don't want to be associated with Vince McMahon? Because if that was true, Mark Shapiro wouldn't have had breakfast with him last year to catch up, or this year, whenever it was. Or do you think it's ego-driven and they want to leave their own stamp on WWE?
Well, you can leave your own stamp on it. I think it's already on it anyway. But I think with Vince, if you don't have anything to do with him, just don't bring his name up. Just don't say anything about him, and it'll work. It'll work without working. I mean, you don't have to. Just don't bring his name into any conversation. That's all you got to do. But if you're trying to get somebody to write about you, oh, they've taken now the pay-per-views and they've changed the name. People don't give a crap about that, but they would give a crap if you changed WrestleMania. I would. That has a history. How many WrestleManias have they had?
So far, 41.
Okay, and all of a sudden you're going to ditch them? And every writer would have to say WrestleMania 43. I mean, or something else. Say WrestlePalooza. WrestlePalooza 43. Where are you going to start counting? I mean, it would be WrestlePalooza 2 then if they replaced a WrestleMania with it. Just stay away from it. You create more work and probably a worse situation by messing with it than leaving it alone. I think they've done enough. They put all the money behind it. So let it run and quit jacking your prices up, guys. I mean, you can do what you want to do, but I'm saying if the people are and we're hearing it, and all the people on social media, are hearing that the prices are too high, guess what? The prices are too high. So they're telling you something without charging you. So listen to
it. How hard is it to actually come up with a pay-per-view name that people actually like? I mean, there's been more misses than hits over the years. I mean, from Great Balls of Fire to The Bash to Fatal 4-Way to Taboo Tuesday. There's been some terrible names. There's been some absolutely terrible names.
Taboo what?
Taboo Tuesday was one. That was one for 2 years. Awful.
Okay.
And for some reason, they decided to do a pay-per-view on a Tuesday. And then they realised that was a bad thing, and then they did Cyber Sunday. But here's the other thing, is that WrestlePalooza's a stupid name. Why are they so proud of it? One, they didn't come up with it, and two, it's a stupid name anyway.
WrestlePalooza. I don't. First of all, I don't like the name anyway. That sounds like something you would see. And it's not that bad a name, but it's almost carnival, like WrestlePalooza.
Well, it's off Lollapalooza, like that music festival from like the 90s. That's where they got the name.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he just said something to see what kind of reaction he would get out of it.
So, Shapiro, a few months ago, as you'll probably remember, was the one lambasting Vince McMahon for targeting families with their WWE ticket pricing instead of inflating the prices to gouge as many people as possible as well. With this now and that combined...
Shapiro said he blasted Vince because it's so high or not? Or
no, he was saying that Vince McMahon was targeting families and keeping tickets at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
And Mark Shapiro was like, well, he could have been... making so much more money by jacking up the price and putting the advertising on the ring canvas and the tables and stuff. That's where they're coming from. Monetize every square millimeter.
No, I don't mind that, because you see that everywhere anyway. I mean, you go to a baseball stadium, every inch that they can sell, they're going to sell some advertising on it. But and wrestling, I don't even have a problem with that. But trying to change all the names of all the pay-per-views and all that, there's no need to do it. I think you would spend more time trying to change it than anything else. And for what? I don't think it's going to get you any more buys. It may get you less buys.
Do you think Shapiro's turning Vince McMahon into a babyface?
I don't know. But he brought his name up.